Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews on this dreary Saturday afternoon. Now I don't know about the rest of the country, but here on the East Coast, it's wet, cold, rainy, and absolutely miserable outside, so it's a perfect day to do a watch review for you. I've actually got two watches for you today. Today we have the AV-8 Flyboy Centenary 1940s and 1920s, and these are model numbers AV-4059-02 and AV-4058-01. Now as usual, we're going to open these things up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of these anniversary editions from AV-8. Now, it's the Royal Air Force's 100th anniversary, so that's why AV-8 is putting out these two watches right now, and then the 60s and 80s are going to come out later this year. And like I said, I've actually got two of them for you. I've got the 1940s and the 1920s. Now, all of them are going to come in the same box where it says 1980, it says 1920, it says 1960, and what did it say? 1940. There you go. So they're all going to come in the same box, but obviously the watches inside are going to be different. So let's go ahead and open up one, and I'll show you what we got here. And we'll go ahead and do the specs on the left-hand side. In fact, you know what? Let me do this. Let me open up both. Now, with watches like this, you do get a lot of presentation. You get big watch boxes. You know, you get like a card inside. Sometimes they give you extra straps, and I wouldn't say this is a budget watch, but it's one of these type of watches where there's a lot of presentation inside, and it's kind of to make up for the fact that the watches don't have some of the more premium materials, more premium features, so they give you a little bit of fluff, and that's what these watches have, just a little bit of fluff. And if you look right here, this is foam insert. That's where you can put your manuals and stuff. See, it says AV-8. I don't know if you can see that. It says AV-8 back there. And both of these have this little foam insert. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. But let's go ahead and take out the watches. And like I said, either one's going to have the same basic specs. So let's go ahead and do this 1920s. And then we'll talk about the different differences in design between the 1920s and the 1940s. I can't wait till the 60s and the 80s come out later this year, especially the 80s version. I can't wait to see what that looks like. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this stuff here. All right. Man, there's a lot of stuff to get rid of. All right. Good grief. All right. All right. So on the left-hand side, let's go ahead and talk about the specs. Like I said, the specs are going to be literally almost exactly the same. It's just, they're just design differences. All right, again, this is the 20s version. So you're looking at a 42 millimeter case. It's 12 millimeters thick. It's 52 millimeters lug to lug. It comes on a 22 millimeter buffalo hide strap, by the way. It's 50 meters water resistant, which is 165 feet. It does have a sapphire crystal. It has a 5 o'clock sub-seconds dial over there at 5 o'clock. It has Super Luminova. It comes with a Miyota 8218 movement with a 40-hour power reserve, which is pretty nice. It's windable, but not hackable. It does have the date function over there at 3 o'clock. It has a onion, or what they call a pumpkin style crown over here at 3 o'clock. And it has a see-through case back with a custom rotor for AV-8. This is not the normal rotor that comes with the Miyota 8218 movement. So there you go. And like I said, the specs are going to be the same for both of these, just different designs. And I'm not quite sure, honestly, which one I like yet. Tell you the truth, I'm kind of leaning maybe toward the Flieger style, the 40s right here, the aviation-inspired style. But I like the numerals, the indexes on the 1920s version, so I'm a little bit torn. Both are great looking watches. Both have really good build quality for what you're paying. I was really impressed with the build quality. And I like the overall designs of both, to tell you the truth. I could definitely wear both with no problem. So let's look at the 1920s version. Again, you've got that pumpkin style crown. Some call it an onion crown, onion, pumpkin, rutabaga, radish, whatever you want to call it. But it does kind of resemble a pumpkin, or it actually can resemble an onion, a big onion, a big Vidalia onion. But it also has the roundel, the Air Force symbol right there. Now these are not screw down crowns, by the way. The case, just a really simple brushed case just about everywhere. I don't think there are any polished surfaces on this case that I can find, to tell you the truth, guys. I don't see any polished surfaces. So now let's talk about the dial. Really nice looking dial. I love these huge applied indexes. These things are massive. They've got a ton of super luminova in them, which I really like. I like the cathedral style hands. And if you look, see that hand, that hour hand? It kind of looks like a church cathedral. You could actually call them stained glass window hands as well, because you can imagine a stained glass window kind of looks like that as well. But I really like these hands. I do like the 5 o'clock sub-second style, a neat little feature there. Again, tons of lume. These indexes are really raised. They're applied. Just a fantastic, fantastic looking dial. Minimal writing. You got AV-8 up there at 12 o'clock. You got Centenary over there at 9 o'clock. And that's about it. I mean, it's just a really nice looking, I wouldn't say minimalist, but just a really classy, dressed down to me watch case and dial. You do, like I said, you do have a slightly domed sapphire crystal right there. Lugs, again, everything is pretty much brushed. This buffalo hide strap is a lot more supple than I thought it would be, which is really nice. A lot of times when you get a new leather strap, it's really hard, but this one is broken in pretty well. Let's go ahead and unbuckle it here. You do have a signed buckle. There's your buckle with AV-8 signed right there. A simple tang and buckle style. You have a sewn-in keeper, which of course y'all know these drive me absolutely nuts. I would probably just cut this thing off and just keep the regular movable keeper. I can't stand sewn-in keepers for some reason. They just drive me crazy. Again, a buffalo hide strap. Nice. Case back. You have a custom rotor for that Miyota movement. Of course, y'all know Miyota is owned by Citizen. And this is basically, this information is just for the new subscribers. I want to appreciate y'all subscribing, by the way. But Citizen owns the Miyota, makes these Miyota movements. As you can see, it's got the roundel there in the middle of the rotor. You've got some laser etching on the outside. Really, really nice. Nice screw down case back. Real simple. This will be a perfect watch to put on a NATO strap if you want to do that. You can also put on those quick release straps if you want to do that. Tons and tons of different strap options for this watch. I like it. I really, really do like it. Really cool. I'm trying to think of anything else about this one in particular. These are basically made for the UK market. Of course, you can buy them in the United States. And I actually have a code that I'll tell you about a little bit later that can save you 20% on each of these watches. So listen for that later on in the review. So anyway, so there's the 1920s. You gotten a good look at it. There you go. Now this one might be the one for you. You might like the next one coming up, and that is the 1940s. This is more of an aviation Flieger style watch, really more of a minimalist look. You've got the big 12 o'clock index. Again, these are all applied indexes, which I just absolutely love. I really like the color of the dial on this one. I would say I probably like the color of the dial on this one better than the 1920s. Real simple crown. Of course, you have the roundel on this crown as well. This is more of a utilitarian style crown. You have the sword hands. Of course, then again, you have the 5 o'clock subdial for the seconds over here at 5 o'clock. You have your date window over there at 3. Again, minimal writing, just Centenary, and then AV-8 up there at 12 o'clock. Again, same style case, same sapphire crystal, same case back. The strap is a little bit different. I don't know if this is buffalo hide or not. I think it might be, but I might be wrong. So refer to the website. I can't remember if this is buffalo hide or not. I know both of them are genuine leather, just don't know what type of animal that it came from. I know this one's buffalo hide. I'm not quite sure about this one. Anyway, again, now this one's a lot more supple. It looks like it's almost been pre-worn in for you a little bit. Have some nice contrast stitching with the black. You have that white stitching. Of course, the 1920s also has that white stitching on it as well. You don't have that decoration, that colored in roundel over here on the crown. Again, this one's also windable but not hackable. And what else? What other main design differences? Really, this is just more of an aviation style watch right here. This is more of a Flieger style. And again, both fantastic looking watches, and both have generous coatings of super luminova on both of them. Like I said, both have sapphire crystals. What else? Again, same rotor in the back. You have AV-8 screen printed there in the middle. You've got a custom rotor for that 8218 Miyota movement, some laser etching on the outside, a screw down case back. Let me show you the action again. No screw down, but it's got a really nice crown pop. Let me see here. See if I can pop this out. There you go. And of course, the second movement actually moves your hands. The first movement is going to advance your date function. I think I pulled it out a little bit too far there. But anyway, you know what it does. So that's the 1940s version. And both of these come in different colors. I think the 20s comes in white, a linen, and a black. The 1940s, let me double check here. I think the linen also comes in. Okay, here we go. So for the let's start with the 1940s. With the 40s, you get a linen dial, which is kind of a cream color. You get this blue dial, or you can get a black dial. In the 1920s, you get this white dial, again, a linen color. And linen is kind of like a nice creamy color, creamy white. And then you also get a black dial in this one as well. So it looks like the only one that has a blue dial is the 1940s. So there you go. Let's look and see what you get inside the watch box. Of course, you get your owner's manual. You get a card here, and this explains. Let me see, what does it say here? This is basically telling you about the Royal Air Force back in the when it started back in 1918. So again, these are a Royal Air Force 100th anniversary edition set. And there's a total of 6 of them, I believe. Let me see. Yep, a total of 6 of them. And these are on the AV-8 UK site. They're not available here on the American site. But then again, just use that code that I'm giving you here in a few minutes, and you can save 20% off of these watches. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, let me go ahead and try one of these on. Let's try on the 1940s. All right. And we're going to test the lume on both of them. In fact, let me just go ahead and test the lume here real quick on the 40s. And it's daylight outside, so I can't get the room as dark as I want. But it's really good lume. I was impressed. Nice lume on this one, guys. Wow, look at that. Let me turn the monitor off too here. Really good lume. There you go. Wow, fantastic lume on this one. Love it, love it, love it. So let's keep that one right there. Let's check out the 1920s. See what this has to offer. All right. Ooh, man, look at that. Wow, that's really nice. Gosh, I like this one better. I like the lume on this one better. Now, what this lume is going to do, it's going to shine like this for a little bit. Then it'll shine for about, 4 or 5 hours at about half brightness. Look at that, guys. Fantastic lume application. And the lume's not bleeding off of any of the indexes. It's a nice, solid application. Probably multiple applications of this lume. Wow, great looking lume on these things. I like it a lot. All right, so I'll go ahead and try one on here. Let me cut the light back on. Now, these are a little bit small for me, just a little bit. They're a lot bigger than some watches that come with just leather straps. Man, that's good looking. Got a lot of nice wrist presence to it. Nice, I like that. Really cool. Nice wrist presence. Doesn't dig into my wrist. The strap is really comfortable on this one. All right. Now let's try on the 1920s. All right. This one's strap's a little bit stiffer. Actually, a lot stiffer. But not too stiff. Good looking watch. Really good looking watch. Both of these are fantastic looking watches, to tell you the truth. I like them. I wish the straps were just a little bit longer. Everybody asks me what my wrist size is. Guys, I have no idea. I think it's like a 7.5 or maybe possibly a 7 3/4 inch. I need to actually check that for you because y'all ask me that all the time. So I'll find out. The next review, I will definitely have an answer for you. And you're not going to believe the watch I'm going to review next. You're going to think I've lost my mind. I'll leave it at that. I can't even believe myself I'm reviewing this watch, but I thought I'd give it a second chance. So maybe that'll give you a little bit of a hint. So there you go. All right, so there you go. Now I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to tell you about this. Guys, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field so you can buy these. And I'll tell you what they cost in the description field as well. Now, if you want to get 20% off at checkout at AV-8, Type in the code MAV20, that's in all caps, MAV20 at checkout, and you will save 20% of these. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping page for this and many of my other favorite watches. I'll put a link in the description field for that as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. I've gotten a ton of new subscribers, and I really do appreciate all you new folks that have subscribed to my channel. It really does help me out, and I try to bring you the best watch reviews I possibly can, and I hope I keep doing that for you. If you have any suggestions, hints, tips, tricks for what I can do better on these watch reviews, please let me know in a nice way. Don't be a jerk about it. In a nice way. Let me know what I can improve about my channel, and I'll see what I can do for you. So guys, again, that's been about it. These have been the AV-8 Flyboy Centenary 1940s and 1920s. Again, these are model numbers AV-4059-02 and AV-4058-01. And I do want to apologize to the folks over at AV-8. I should have gotten these done a lot faster, but I've just been inundated with watches. And I also wanted to wait until a little bit later when these are actually available to the public, because AV-8 wanted us to put these reviews out like a month or two before the watches were even ready to be shipped, and they had a pre-sign up. And I just thought personally, one, for two reasons, I was really busy, and two, I think it would have been a little bit better to put these out when these watches are actually available. But anyway, again, I want to apologize to AV-8 for not putting these out sooner for you guys, but they're out now. So anyway, until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.